Welcome back, students. So, students, study time now. So, in the last English class, students, we had done the revision part of chapter 3, that is the poem Pisilavi. Okay, so today's English class we will be dealing with chapter 4 in English revision. The chapter's name is Bachendri Pal. So, on your screen, you can see English revision chapter 4 Bachendri Pal. Now, I hope you are ready with your books, your pen, and if you have your textbook also with you, you can keep it aside. I am sure you have seen the video of this lesson. We have done very in detail. We have covered that lesson. I hope you have seen the videos. Okay, and you have by now everybody. I guess you have purchased the textbooks. You all are having the textbooks and you are reading the lesson. Okay, so on your screen, English revision chapter 4 Bachendri Pal. Here, now first let me just have a small brush up on this, on the revision, on the summary of this chapter. Okay, so that you will be able to recollect what you had already read or heard about. Okay, now this lesson is a short biography of pioneering mountaineer Bachendri Pal, the first Indian woman to scale the Everest. She spent her childhood in Garhwal, Uttarakhand, as one of 5 children in a family of limited means. Limited means means her family was, they were very financially poor. Okay, now let us continue. She was very fond of outdoor activities and she was determined to earn an education in spite of monetary shortcomings. Monetary shortcomings, again, they were financially very weak, and but she was, as you had heard the video, you must have seen in the video as well as, and you read the lesson, you must have understood that she was very fond of outdoor activities. She used to take part in various competitions which were they were males and females participants, and she used to beat the males also. So that is, if you read the lesson, you will understand that. And she was determined to earn an education in spite of monetary shortcomings. She goes on to distinguish herself as a student, an athlete in college and university level. In college level also, she used to do very well in athletics, and as a student also she was pretty good in studies too. Now, the search for jobs, however, leads her to pursue mountaineering full time. She trains at the National Adventure Foundation for India's 4th Everest expedition. In order to support her family financially, she was looking out for jobs. So she was searching for a job. In that pursuit, when she came into contact with people, and she understood that like mountaineering, she has an interest in that. So she started pursuing mountaineering and she got herself selected, and she started training at the National Adventure Foundation, which had the expedition for India's 4th Everest expedition, which they were going to actually arrange for that. And she got herself enrolled in that particular institutions, that is National Adventure Foundation. So students, this was the basically the gist of that chapter, lesson number 4 Bachendri Pal. I'm sure you have understood the lesson. Now let us check whether we can answer some of the questions that you can see on the screen. Now here we have a question for you. Write the antonyms for. In short, antonyms, opposites for. Okay. So students, if you have your rough book with you, you can also write down the questions. Now on your screen you have 4 words, 4 questions. First one, opposite, antonym of limited. Antonym of limited, unlimited. Please write down. Second, impressed. Antonym, unimpressed. Third, temporary. Antonym is permanent. Just write the spellings too correctly, students. 4, despair. Antonym, hope. So we have 4 words here. First one, limited. Antonym of limited is unlimited. 2, impressed. Opposite, unimpressed. 3, temporary. Opposite or antonym, permanent. The fourth one, despair. Opposite, hope. Have you written, students? I hope you are writing. Can I move forward? We come to the next question on your screen. Rewrite the sentences as instructed. This is basically like a do as directed question, students. So this question is there behind the text of that lesson chapter. If you see, you will understand. Now we will see the question. Here you have a sentence for you. It is kind of you to invite us. Now in the bracket you have been asked to convert that sentence into exclamatory sentence. Now students, you have learned about sentences in grammar. Already the lesson has done. I hope you have seen the video also. There are many kinds of sentences: exclamatory sentence, interrogative sentence, declarative, imperative, assertive. Okay, so now here is a sentence for you. It is kind of you to invite us. You can write it down. Now you are supposed to convert this sentence into an exclamatory sentence. Now what is the exclamatory sentence? Sentence which will show you sudden strong feelings, okay, or expressions, and it will always end with a exclamation mark. So when you are converting this sentence into an exclamatory sentence, you have to convert it in such a manner, and that sign, that punctuation exclamation mark is very important. You can think of this try to convert it into exclamatory sentence, students. Please try. Have you tried? Now on your screen we have the answer. How kind of you to invite us! Exclamatory mark. Now what was the question? It was kind of you to invite us. Now when you are like saying somebody, you're expressing happiness, your words are filled with emotions, you're saying how kind of you to invite us. That in that sentence you can feel that emotion. So, and it has ended with a, look at the last punctuation, it is exclamation mark. So please write down, students, how kind of you to invite us. Please write down. Here we have another sentence for you. On your screen, it was foolish of him to behave like that. Now this is a sentence given. Now you are supposed to convert it. In the bracket you have a word written as interrogative. That means you are converting this sentence into an interrogative sentence. Okay. Now you have to change this sentence into an interrogative sentence without changing the meaning of that sentence. Am I clear? It was, please write it down, it was foolish of him to behave like that. You can think about it. Think of the questions, interrogative question forms. Now, on your screen, you have, just read it. Wasn't it foolish of him to behave like that? Wasn't it foolish of him to behave like that? Now, it does sound like a question. So, interrogative sentence is nothing but a sentence which sounds like a question. So, wasn't it foolish of him to behave like that? Important is question mark. Don't forget to put that question mark. Okay. If you don't put the question mark, you are going to lose marks. So, wasn't it foolish of him to behave like that? Question mark. I hope you are writing. Wasn't it foolish of him to behave like that? Now, we move on. Here we have the third main question. Answer these questions with reference to the context. Now, reference to context is given in your behind the text. These questions are picked from the textbook itself. Just read the question again. Answer these questions with reference to context. Now, reference to context, we'll move on. On your screen, you have a line there. Number 1, her family was in despair. Now, this is the line taken from your lesson. Okay, you have to explain this line as per the questions given. Now, the question first, A question is given. Whose family was in despair and why? Now, her family was in despair. Now, you are supposed to explain that line. Okay. Now, whose family was in despair? Let us check out the answer, students. Are you writing? Let us check the answer. Here we have the answer for you. Read with me, students. Bachendri Pal's family was in despair because they thought, what did they think? They were very concerned about her, like she was thinking of joining mountaineering as a profession. So they were very concerned about it. So the answer is Bachendri Pal's family was in despair because they thought that mountaineering was not a suitable job for a woman. They used to think that mountaineering is a pretty adventurous job. How will this little child, for every parents, their children are so precious, they feel that how will my daughter go and she will do all this, how will she be able to do, it is such a hard work. Okay, so like they were concerned. So the answer is Bachendri Pal's family was in despair because they thought that mountaineering was not a suitable job for a woman. I hope you are writing the answer. I repeat, Bachendri Pal's family was in despair because they thought that mountaineering was not a suitable job for a woman. Shall I move ahead, students? Okay, now we come to the B part, students. Now the B part of the question is, what would they have her do? In short, exactly what they wanted her to do. So, they would rather have her become a teacher. They thought that teaching and all is a quite respectable and professional job. Like teaching it's a quite respectable job. It is considered as to be a teacher, right? So they would rather have her become a teacher. Again, we'll see the question. Just write down the question. What would they have her do? They would rather have her become a teacher. They would rather have her become a teacher. Can we move ahead? Now the C part of that question. What did she do in that situation? Now, she knew her parents, her relatives, they were not happy with her choice of profession she has chosen. So what actually she would do in that situation is the question. What did she do in that situation? Let us check out the answer, students. Bachendri refused to be discouraged. Bachendri refused to be discouraged or distracted by her family's reservations. Bachendri had her goal of her mind of her own. She had focused on what she wanted to do. She had a particular goal. So she didn't get distracted by her opinions of her family or other people who would say that this is not a suitable job for you, please don't do it, it's a very adventurous job. She did not pay attention. She did not pay attention to all those things, because she was focused on what she wanted to do. So the answer, Bachendri refused to be discouraged or distracted by her family's reservations. Are you writing, students? Bachendri refused to be discouraged or distracted by her family's reservation. Can we move ahead? Now we come to the question number 4, main head question, that is answer in one sentence. You are supposed to answer these questions in one single sentence. Let us see the question on your screen. Now, what was Bachendri like as a child? What was Bachendri like as a child? Now, if you remember, she was a very active child. You remember, na? We have read the lesson, and you have in the video also you have seen. Now let us find the answer. Bachendri was an active child, and she did well in her school. She distinguished herself in sports too. She was equally good in studies. She did well in school, and she distinguished herself in sports too. She won lot of medals and certificates, and she pursued sports, and she did very good academically also. She was very good. So the answer, Bachendri was an active child and she did well in school. She distinguished herself in sports too. I repeat again, students, just write the answer. Bachendri was an active child and she did well in school. She distinguished herself in sports too. Here we have the second question. What was special about the group which climbed the mountain in May 1984? Now they had gone for that expedition and there was a group. So the question is, what was special about that group which climbed the mountain in May 1984? Let us check the answer, students. Yes. Out of the Everest 84 mission, only a special group of 6 Indian women and 11 men were selected to scale the peak. What was the speciality of that mission? out of Everest 84 mission, only special group of 6 Indian women and 11 men were selected to scale the peak. I repeat the answer. Just write down. Out of the Everest 84 mission, only a special group of 6 Indian women and 11 men were selected to scale the peak. Now I move on. We have the next head question, that is question number 5. Answer in brief. Let us check out now. Answer in brief, students. You are supposed to write answer in brief. Will need you to write at least 2 to 3 sentences full like answers. It will be as lengthy as like the previous question was answer in 1 sentence. There you are supposed to write only in 1 sentence. Now answer in brief, it should be at least in 2 or 3 sentences. Now here you have the question. What was the difficulties faced by the group while climbing? I repeat the question. What were the difficulties faced by the group while climbing? Let us check the answer. The group carried out the ascent climbing. Vertical sheets of frozen ice battling, cold winds blowing, sometimes at a speed of about 100 kilometers per hour. The temperatures touching below minus 30 to 40 degrees Celsius. Okay. In these conditions, the expedition was on. Like this group was climbing the Everest in this extreme climatic conditions. So the answer again I repeat. The group carried out the ascent climbing. Vertical sheets of frozen ice battling, cold winds blowing sometimes at a speed of about 100 kilometers per hour. The temperatures touching below minus 30 to 40 degrees Celsius. I repeat once again, students. Just write down. If you have missed out, please write down. Pay attention. The group carried out the ascent climbing, vertical sheets of frozen ice battling, cold winds blowing sometimes at a speed of about 100 kilometers per hour. The temperatures touching below minus 30 to 40 degrees Celsius. Have you written, students? Okay. So students, these were the type of questions. You will have to study these type of questions. Okay. The head questions, like we had reference to context, then we had antonyms, then grammar question was there, like do as directed type of question, then brief answer in 1 sentence. Okay. Now you are supposed to see the video again and again. You are supposed to read the chapter thoroughly, learn the spellings. Hard spellings you are supposed to write and practice, students. Okay, keep reading the text. Okay, now so in this lesson we have almost covered the revision part. So till we meet in the next class, students, have a nice day.